Hey everyone! So I am back with another training log after taking a couple week break. Um, I haven't been fabulous on these videos, but I wanted to put together a little bit of training footage just to show you guys where I've been at, kind of what I've been up to. Have been traveling quite a bit recently, and I was out in Utah, and this is the video from Utah where I did 300 pounds for sets of 9. Thought I was gonna die, actually. I actually did think that at one point, because Utah, as many of you may or may not know, has a pretty high elevation, and nines on their own are pretty darn hard and exhausting, but nines doing them at elevation and not being used to it, that's another story. So I actually felt like I was going to lose my balance on these, and not having a safety bar was a little scary. But that's what you get when you go to a CrossFit gym. Although I really did enjoy this gym, and I survived, so that was good. This was in Texas, 365 pounds for 3x3. As you can see, a little bit slow. I'm hesitating. We've really been working up to some pretty darn intense weights. I mean, 365 pounds. Oh, and this was in Texas. I went for Worlds, and so that's Ryan Doris spotting me. And so here at the end, I have no idea what I was laughing at. I can't remember now, but I think he said something to me. Anyways, so I've been really working on my confidence with a lot of these weights. As you'll notice here, a lot of squat videos. So I still squat 4 times per week, and this was in Texas at a Gold's Gym that I went to with Brandon, and so who is the creative director for DeNova Nutrition. He lives in Austin, so I got to see Austin. Love Austin. Really cool city. Definitely want to go back. Possible future place that I might like to live. I don't know. It's awesome. I loved it there. So this was 300 pounds for sets of 7 as I moved into a more intense block. But as I was saying, the weights have been pretty heavy, especially as we're 13 weeks out from Raw Nationals. So that is my next meet, really focusing on getting more confidence with the big weights. I mean, my strength has been consistently increasing, especially on squats and deadlifts. I mean, really, I feel the strongest I've ever felt in my life, but it's just getting confidence. I mean, 365 pounds on my back for triples is no easy feat. So, it can be scary at times. And then I wanted to include a little bit of a clip. This was an awesome video that Brandon put together while we were in Texas. And so I'll put the link down in the description for you guys to go check it out. It's on DeNova Nutrition's YouTube page. And in this video, I talk a little bit about persistency. So it was awesome. Brandon works magic and makes me look kind of cool in this video. Whereas normally I just look like I'm dying training, but he made me look pretty badass. So that was awesome. Anyways, so I will put the link to that in the description if you want to see it. Oh, there goes a clip. I didn't even realize that was in that video. So this was 340 pounds for sets of 5. So as I mentioned, this block we're moving into more intense weights. Obviously, as we get closer to Raw Nationals, I'm not going to be doing like a ton of 9s or a ton of crazy high reps. The highest reps that I'm doing right now, currently in this new phase that we're in, are 7s, which are still pretty darn exhausting. So really just getting confidence. I mean, a year ago at Raw Nationals, I only hit 347 for my max squat. So now I'm able to, rep that out for about 5 on my sets, and, 365 pounds for triples. It's a big jump to make in a year. So I'm still getting my confidence and my timing down. I've noticed my squats, for some reason recently, I've been having a little bit of trouble with losing balance on my squats. And I think it had to do with changing elevation, travel, just sometimes too much caffeine. It really can be a combination of things. So I'm just working on getting my timing down, not feeling like I'm gonna fall over. Really putting the weight in my heels and not in I have a tendency to lean forward on my squat. So my quads take over everything. As you can notice here in these deadlifts, 385 pounds for triples, which is awesome for me. Last year, my 1 rep max was only 375 at nationals, and I hit 408 at the Arnold. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna aim for 415, 420 at nationals this year. We'll see. I don't know. I usually say a number and then it's nothing what my coach Jake has in mind. Like for squat, I had no idea, and then I ended up hitting a 397 at the Arnold. So, well, they called me for depth, but um, anyways, so I really have no idea what I'm capable of because usually my AMRAPs are disproportionate to my strength. So like I can AMRAP like 300 pounds for like 15 reps, but that does not. I mean, it would say my 1 rep max is like way over 400, but I don't know if that's true. So really I have no idea. It just comes from my endurance background that I have. I used to run cross country and track, so I ran the 800 and the 1500. And so I have quite a bit of muscular endurance. I can go for a while. Like I can AMRAP quite a few reps with my lower body, not so much upper body. My bench, I don't even know if I have a bench. Yeah, I have like a couple bench videos in here, but I've been struggling with that a little bit. So I can AMRAP quite a few reps, but then once the weight gets super intense, like my 1 rep max is disproportionate, if that makes sense. So I'm not as strong as I should be based on the AMRAPs that I'm able to hit, which AMRAP means as many reps as possible. So, anyways, I've been struggling with losing balance on my squat. Here, this is 345 pounds for sets of 5. This honestly is probably the best day of squats I've ever had in my life. The RP was like 7 or 8 for 345 for 5s, which I was like, what the heck? Like what is going on? I've just never felt this amazing. So I have a tendency to lean forward on my squats. So as I was mentioning, I've been losing some balance. And the reason that I tend to lean forward is because my quads take over. So I really have to focus on sitting into my heels and driving through my heels and not letting my quads just take over everything. If I do in my squats or even in my deadlifts, I tend to fall over forwards, obviously because my quads are taking over. So if you notice in my deadlifts, the area that I struggle the most with is the lockout. Off the floor, I'm pretty darn fast because my quads just take over everything. So it's really something that I have to consciously work on, consciously try to engage push through my heels, engage my glutes more. So I thought I'd include this. It's just a little clip from Beyond Limits. If Tyree is there, then we always have a party. So, jamming, white girl jams. We just have way too much fun. BFF Tyree. So this was 150 pounds for triples, super easy. Oh wait, is that triples? I don't know. But I've been struggling with a shoulder injury. Had this for 3 years. It's like a bicep. This is just a warm-up rep, 355 pounds before my triples of 365. See how I'm hesitating? So that's something I'm working on. I'm just working on getting my timing down because I'm like scared shitless to do these super heavy weights, even though I know I can do it. Like 365 pounds, okay, for some reason 345 pounds for 5s is like really easy, and then 365 for triples is like, I mentally just, scares the shit out of me. So that's just, I'm trying to get my timing down. These felt so much better than the week before. These were 365 pounds for triples. And I sent these to my coach, Jake, and he was like, wow, these look really good. Like, the first rep looks easy as shit. I was like, yeah, I mean, they felt really good. So it's just scary. Scary with 365 pounds on your back, because that's honestly something that, like, I don't know, a year ago was terrifying for me. Like, even 350 pounds, I was like, oh my god, like, I could only hit it for 1 rep at nationals. And I actually failed a 347 squat last year at a meet that I did where I cut to 63. Never again. I'm not meant to be 138 pounds, that is for sure. My stage weight now is probably like, I'm guessing if I lean down to stage leanness, which I am not going to do for quite a while, I do not want to be that lean until maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe a figure show next year or the year after, and I don't know what I do, but I'm just working on improvements right now, building up, not being super lean. But anyways, so my stage weight would probably be about 148 pounds now. That's what I'm guessing just by how I look at 157, 156. So um, cutting to 138 is just out of the question. So I basically am like 0% body fat at that point. I mean, not literally, but probably like 6% or 5%. So just not healthy. So, anyways, last year, cutting down to 63, I failed a 347 squat, and 325 pounds was like crazy hard. So, just the improvements I've been able to make have been awesome, encouraging, and, I'm just looking forward to nationals. So, this is just some accessory work that I did for my back. I still add in quite a bit of back work. Um, Struggle to add in some shoulder work because my shoulder's been bothering me. So it's an injury I've had for 3 years from CrossFit. Anyways, so nothing against CrossFit. I just have kind of a disdain just from this injury. I had a 1 month CrossFit stint in my early college years, and then I got this injury that has been with me ever since. So that's been fun. So this is 300 pounds for, no, 305. Sets of 7. This day I ate a shit ton of oatmeal right before I squatted, and I felt like I was going to throw up. Every single set I thought I was going to burst. So, word to the wise, do not eat oatmeal before you squat or deadlift or anything where a belt is pushing against your abs and you've just eaten like 15 grams of fiber. Don't do it. So this is one of my favorite back exercises. Sitting on the floor, I'm able to use a ton of weight and really hit my lats. I focus on driving through my lats and my upper back. This is just a light bench day, trying to maintain bench strength as I recover from my shoulder injury. So I've been getting lots of massages, icing, rehab, you name it, I do it. So, yeah. Besides the shoulder, everything's been going pretty good. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I will hopefully have another video up sooner rather than later, and I am just hoping that I can accomplish that, so we'll see. Thanks guys, have a great week.